Rhett, Bryan, Titans Radio is with us, hanging out. Inky Johnson popping in at the end. We'll need it. Definitely going to need it.
It seems that way every Wednesday, doesn't it?
Yeah, I could all of what I just said, you could just record that, Shafe. Help me preserve my voice and just play that, because there's never going to be a time where it's like, we don't really need a motivation on this Wednesday.
How do people know that this isn't live?
Because they're watching Zone TV right now.
That's it.
YouTube, Twitch,
There's
Facebook
the
Live.
answer.
That's recorded too.
Okay.
That is a demerit.
I don't need your Kobayashi Maru, Shafe.
We're going deep cut on that, right?
Yeah, we are. Look it up. Smitty asked a question, and we can call it a top observation here. Serious question. Why does the media think Vrabel owes them information? He should give or hold information as it benefits his team or as is required by the league, and that's all he should give. It's about winning, not optics. Okay. Understand the question. Don't tell me after the fact that 20 players aren't practicing, but actually it's because they haven't been healthy the whole time if they went out there and tried to play on Sunday. If they played on Sunday, I didn't know about it. Don't tell me about it afterwards, because nobody cares. Like, Mon will tell you. Mike Tomlin didn't care.
No.
Nobody does. It's like, all right. I mean,
We do not care.
You'll find out real fast if somebody is right or wrong, because you're going to test them anyway.
As fans, we enjoy the game because the game is what we celebrate. We enjoy the excitement of it. We enjoy what we did as kids playing the game. I don't care if it was back. I still remember cleaning up a kid. It was an older guy in the back of my grandmama's yard playing tag football. Like, I called him blindsided when all that was real legal. I remember that because I enjoyed playing the game. I enjoyed that hit. But what we fail to realize, too, when we get to this level, and we're seeing it a little bit in college, too, because when these kids start getting paid, the attacks are going to get, well, you're paid and you're owed this. The business side always comes out, too. And the business of football is we don't care. We want to see the show and deliver me the show. And you're right. You owe it to the league because the league requires you to give up that information. When asked about it, and, coaches across the league don't give a whole lot of information or explanation of what's going on, then you leave it up to us, the consumers, the reporters, the writers of this game, to give out what we think is going on.
Yes.
It's our opinion on the same as this is yours too. And that's the part of it of he doesn't owe you. Well, because of that, then we have to assume what we assume then.
Let me come in here from a different perspective. And I understand the optics from that side of the fence because they don't have to officially release an injury report till the week of the first game and then every game after. I get that. But anybody who was out there, and this onus is on the Titans media, I mean, yes, you can't tell everything, but you can paint the picture and tell the story. I mean, I took attendance every day that I was out there. I can tell you who wasn't there. And, my concern was not about the four horsemen not having practice time together. My concern was the offensive line. Because now one thing we did see that was reported, how many guys came on and off that COVID-19 reserve list.
Right.
And then we know Julio Jones had an ankle like the second day of practice. We didn't see him again. We know that Ben Jones worked through some things. We know that Nate Davis works through some things, and both of them had COVID.
Yeah.
We knew about Taylor Lewan, and we knew they were backing him off and trying to, do the load management stuff. So the narrative was there. It just, I guess, between what you can report and what they want to say, maybe some things were lost in translation. That's the kind of way I look at it.
Yeah. Again, I don't need your injury report on Monday. I don't need you giving up too much. But when you've had camp for a month and so much stuff is kept so murky and opaque, then you're going to leave people no choice but to speculate the way they want to speculate as to the quality of this. Like, oh, how is Julio really feeling? Or does he just not practice? And is Lewan 100%? And he puts out a video where he's cutting and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, I'm ready and all this. He didn't look ready. Well, but we all saw the video and thought maybe he is ready in terms of anybody that wasn't there to see whatever might have been going on in practice the few times he was out there.
Well, let's be honest. That's on him.
Yeah, agreed.
Because, again, I saw them back him down for practice. I saw him get frustrated that they backed him down for practice. He's itching to go. I get all the desire, but, again. And the wraparound on that is that made Titans fans angry is don't tell me how you got your ass whipped.
Right.
Don't tell me about that. We know
saw it.
that.
Oh,
we
saw
saw it. And I think what a lot of Titans fans were feeling is that, hey, probably a good idea just to stay off social media, go back to work, look at the film, correct the mistakes, block somebody, and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So, I can see the frustrations in all this. Now, the other thing, it's 1 week, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying everything's going to be fixed in week 2, but you've got a week 1, and Ramon, you know this better than anybody. You played it. You did it. Week 1 has anomaly games every year.
Yes, it does.
And now it's more prevalent because you went to 3 preseason games, because some teams do load management differently, COVID, all these other things. And again, I'm not excusing. I'm just saying you line these things up and you can see why. Because, I mean, outside of Aaron Rodgers throwing 2 picks, did anybody see the New Orleans Saints on a neutral site blowing the doors off the Green Bay Packers?
Did not.
I mean,
Did not.
Jameis Winston didn't throw for 150 yards, yet he threw 5 touchdowns, ran for 36 more, and they took advantage of every turnover they got and absolutely smoked them.
To that point about week 1, we talked about this before we got on air. It's 1 week. But the thing about football is you only get 1 a week. And
You have
leave.
17 chances.
You know what
Now
I'm
you
saying?
have 16.
So especially on losses, it's easier you try to figure out what went wrong. And because there was so many things in this game that kind of went wrong or didn't go the way you expected it. Let's be honest. It just simply didn't go the way we expected. Even if it didn't, I ain't gonna say he didn't fight, but it just didn't line up, Rhett. So that's why we're here right now still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and because you only have 1, Rhett, you have a week. And that's the only thing we have to go on with the 2021 Titans is an 0-1 awful performance.
Right. Because
That's why you need a
last
really
year
good
doesn't
week this
carry
week.
over
Right.
in all this
Exactly.
stuff. And look, to me, Sunday was a Murphy's Law kind of game.
Yeah.
Anything that could happen did. And the reason I say that, the play that turned the game was right there in the first part of the third quarter.
Yeah.
Kevin Byard has the pick. It sets up a touchdown a few plays later. It's an 11-point game. They kick to the Cardinals. The very next play, Rodney Hudson fumbles. Kyler Murray pounces on it. He gets loose. He hits Rondale Moore on a short one. That ends up being a 29-yard explosive play. It's 1st and 10 at the Titans' 46. 4 or 5 plays later, he hits Christian Kirk, and the game's busted wide back open again. That should have been a play that was blown dead, or maybe a play that the Titans got lucky and got the ball away from them, but it didn't happen that way.
No.
That's just one little game within the game that I saw. That's like, okay, it's not your day. It's just not your with however the rest of the 3 phases performed, didn't perform, whatever. That told me, I was like, not your day.
So
Just
we
not.
turn the page. When
Yes,
we come
we
back,
do.
we look to Seattle.